Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin, and today I am doing my update for my Project 10 uses and my No Pan Left Behind. I am having horrible allergies right now, like as I sit down to film, so this eye is watering so bad. So you guys will probably see the makeup on this corner of this eye disappear throughout the video, and actually probably right now, oh, this eye is doing so bad right now, and my voice, my nose, everything. So forgive me for the allergies today, but we are here to roll out a bunch of products, not only in my Project 10 uses, but also in my No Pan Left Behind, but with probably lots of cuts for me to sneeze because I am not going to subject you guys to me sneezing on camera. Let's go ahead and get into this project where I am using my collection. So my Project 10 uses is a project where I have certain categories of my collection loaded into a roulette wheel, and I roll things in on random, and basically I do 10 uses on them. I am doing a little bit of a change up for this update and going forward. One of you guys had left me a comment stating that you would really like to see me pan a nail polish. So what I ended up doing is I took my nail polishes that weren't base coats and top coats, and I put them into my roulette wheel. Now, I'm not going to do 10 uses on nail polish because quite frankly, that would take forever and I would probably get bored of the colors. So what I am considering is each hand or foot that I paint is considered a use. So if I do a manicure, then that is 2 uses. If I do a pedicure, that is 2 uses. If I do it on all 4, that is 4 uses. So really I am doing like 5 manis or pedis for my 10 use goal. As Anara comes to say hello to me. They were just outside. It's like 59 degrees out, even though yesterday it was like 85 and humid. Now it's 59 degrees. So they're loving being outside today. But that is the change to my Project 10 uses. So hopefully you guys will enjoy seeing me use some of my nail polishes as well. I do have a Hollow Taco color on today. I painted it earlier on in the week, so it's not looking the best, but at least I am using my nail polish. So without a whole lot more rambling, I have lots of rollouts on my Project 10 uses, so we're gonna have lots of products rolling in. So let's go ahead and get into the 10 use project. So for this project, I actually have 6 rollouts, which is super exciting, and 4 items that I'm going to continue to be working on. So let's go over the rollout progress, and then we will do 6 new roll-ins, which is super exciting. So the first item that I was able to hit my 10 use goal on is my Pat McGrath lipstick in Fembot. It is this beautiful, cool-toned pink color, and so while I was using my more cool toned palettes and also my Pan That palette, which is the ColourPop It's My Pleasure, which is a beautiful purple palette, I was able to use this quite a bit. Plus this lipstick goes really well with my lip liner that I am trying to pan in my regular project pan right now. So after that, I was able to, this is a very easy one that I was able to do. It was my Too Faced Hangover RX Pillow Balm, and this was in Spice Cider. You guys can see now there is lots of windowing on this product, so I use this more than 10 times. I love these as like my lip balm as I'm getting ready. This one has shimmer in it, and I'm not the biggest fan of the shimmer in here. You can kind of feel it when you're putting the product on, but then after that, you don't really feel the grittiness of the shimmer in this, but really just this is not my favorite formula of this product. If you guys watched my buys and buys from last month, I did pick up 2 full size of the banana scent. They were 50% off during the Ulta sale, so I am stocked up on these, but so happy to have the minis and get more use out of those. The next couple, actually, let me do the one more lip product, and then I have 3 eyeliners that are rolling out. So this here is my e.l.f. lip stain, and this is in, what is it, Spicy Sienna. And I showed you guys last time, and again, sorry for clearing my throat, and like, again, my allergies are just getting to me today, but this, we have windows on this product as well. If you guys can see that big old window down there, it's actually getting difficult to get product out of here. I do like the staining formula of this, and so I think I might actually dig everything out of this, mix it into this, because I don't really like this pale color to this lip formula or this particular color. So I might dig out everything from this and mix it into this and make this a little bit more of a ready type of stain with that shimmer. So that is something that I'm going to Franken those two together, because it's really hard to get product out of here. And the wand is so short that you can't like swirl around in there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dig those out and make that a lip product that I am more likely to reach for. And because it is cold, I do have a cup of coffee. We're drinking out of the Indiana cup today from the Starbucks traveling line. So let me get a sip of coffee, clear my throat, because again, say it a million times, allergies. But let me do that, and then we're going to get into the eyeliners that I'm going to roll out. So I had a total of 4 eyeliners roll into this project, and I am able to roll out 3 of them. So the first one is the Clinique Intense Eyes liner in Intense Midnight. This was just a dark blue. These ones, once you wind them up, you can't wind them back down, so I can't tell how much product is in these, but I love these for tight lining. And so again, while I was doing a lot of those more cool toned looks, I really liked this blue for tight lining. That is why I bought the trio of these liners at the end of last year, is because these are perfect for tight lining. They stay in the tight line, they don't transfer down. So I am happy to have these and happy to get, I probably got more than 10 uses out of that one, but it is a wonderful liner. Next would be my NYX Epic liner in Periwinkle Pop. It is just a beautiful kind of icy lilac. It's not really periwinkle, but it is more of a lilac icy type of shade, and I was able to get 10 uses out of this. I love using this on like the lower lash line whenever I'm doing a purple look, because it just highlights and brightens that area. So I was able to get 10 uses on this one, and actually this one's getting kind of far down. I mean, there's still a lot of product, but having this in some projects has helped me reach for this more often, and I'm trying to reach for my colorful liners in pretty much every look that I can. And so the last one that I'm able to roll out is my ColourPop shadow stick, which all of the writing has now rubbed off of this. It is completely gone. So this is the shadow stick in So Celestial, and actually today was my 10th use on it. I did use this to darken the outer V and to wing out a little bit, and we can see my eyeshadow is totally coming off this corner because my eye keeps watering. But I will say I tried to touch back up with this one before filming, and it didn't want to go on my slightly damp skin from my eye watering, so I had to powder down my outer V, then put this back on. But still, I love these. They don't have the staying power as the more high-end ones like the Laura Mercier one that I used up, but in a pinch, these are wonderful shadow sticks. And I actually sharpened it again, and I have used up quite a bit of product, but oh man, there's still a lot in there. Put it on the actual pale background of my skin tone, but I've used up quite a bit, but still there's a lot of shadow stick in here, but I am still loving these. And even though this is not going to be in this project anymore, I will definitely continue to reach for my shadow sticks. So that leaves me with my 4 items that are staying in and that I'm making progress on. I do have my little journal with my tally marks. So actually the NARS blush, which, let me get my little palette. This is my really reflective little 9-pan palette, and I have my 2 blushes in here. The NARS one has been in here the longest, and it is this one up here. I repressed all of my blushes, not all of them, but a lot of my blushes into these square pans so that they would fit into 9 pans, and also I have an 8 pan that I have my blushes in, so these are all repressed, but this is NARS Orgasm. I have 8 uses on this, so 2 more uses. I couldn't put off filming this anymore to try to get 2 more uses, and I'm not mad about it because I've actually really enjoyed reaching for the NARS Orgasm, and having it in this bigger pan versus the tiny like sample pan that it came in has been much easier for me to use. So I have 8 uses on that, so 2 more to go. So that will definitely be a rollout for next month. And while I have this palette open, This blush here I named Cleavie. I did make this blush by frankening some things together, and so this has 4 uses on it. I've been buckling down on my Benefit Dallas blush because I really want to finish that. That is in my deck of panning. I did repress it, and I swear, like, I think Gremlins put more product before I repressed it because there's actually quite a bit of product still left in there, but I really want to finish that blush in the next couple months. So some of these more uses goals have been put on the back burner, but I do have 4 uses on this. This is a beautiful blush. Absolutely beautiful. Actually, this is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. Gorgeous. And I actually use this also to blend out my eye look as well because I like connecting my eye look with my blush. So this is the blush that I have on today, and it is absolutely stunning. But we do have 6 more uses on that. And then the other blush that I have in this project is the Natasha Denona My Mini Dream blush, and it looks like this. So it's 3 powders, 2 blushes, and a more highlighting powder that are mixed together in this pan. And I only have 2 uses on this. I've been focusing on my other blushes, but I had purchased this at the beginning of the year, and until I rolled it into this project, I had not touched it. So even though I only have 2 uses on this, I am excited about it being in this project because it is making me reach for it. And why did I have to have this at the beginning of the year if I wasn't going to reach for it until now? So shame on me for that, but at least this project is having me reach into it. And then the last progress item before we roll in new things is the NYX Epic Wear Liner in Chartreuse. It is this beautiful, actually, I think I will swatch this one because I bought this one to be a dupe of ColourPop Wildcat, and they are not the same. But it's just this beautiful greeny gold shade there. So this was in my deck of panning, so I still had some uses for that before I rolled it out of that project and started on this project. And I haven't had a whole lot of green, so maybe we'll get some green shadows in this project coming up, but I only have 2 uses on this. So cross our fingers for some green palettes so that I can get the rest of the uses, but I love this shade and the formula is still really, really good on this one. Some of the NYX ones, the formula dries out too quickly, but this one is doing really well. So 8 more uses on that. Let me go ahead and let me get my wheel up. And again, I already added my nail polishes to the wheel. So let me get my wheel up, do my screen recording so we can pick 6 new items. All right. Alrighty then. So I have my wheel up and I do have it set on no repeats. So we're going to pick our 6 items. I have my pen to be able to write down in my journal what we're picking. So let's go ahead and roll for our first item. The Billie Eilish #1 Travel Spray. So it picked the Billie Eilish #1 Travel Spray. I thought I already did that one, and I thought I hit no repeats. It doesn't matter. I love that fragrance, so I'm not upset about that one. So we are going to be doing the Billie Eilish #1. All right, second pick is going to be ColourPop I Need Space, which is a blush. Alrighty. And that is another really like warm, glowy, kind of burnt tone, which is perfect for the summer. So I am happy about that one. Pick number 3. The Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. That is an easy one to use 10 times. Another one that I love using in the mornings whenever I'm putting something on my lips before I do my makeup. All right, so we have 3. Pick number 4. The Moschino Toy 2 Travel Spray. I actually am like focusing on that one to pan it. In the travel spray, I only have about that much left, like an inch of fragrance left in there. So I am happy about that one rolling in. So we have Toy 2 Travel Spray. I don't think I'll be able to finish it in 10 uses, but I will definitely get close to finishing that in 10 uses. So this is pick number 5. Hollow Taco Blushed Ice. I think that's actually what I have on my nails today, and it is a beautiful, very easy color to wear, so love that one. And our last pick is the Sephora Lip Gloss in Busy. Alrighty, I love that one too. I'm actually tracking that one. I'm considering rolling that into my year-long project pan to finish, but I'm okay with still getting 10 uses on it in this project as I'm tracking it on that project as well. So give me a moment real quick. I'm going to go gather these things and so I can show you what we're looking like as we're starting the 10 uses on them. All right, so our first one is the Billie Eilish #1 Travel, and I'll put a little bit of a line where we're starting just so we have our jumping off point, but not a whole lot left in this travel spray. The next one is the ColourPop Blush in I Need Space. A lot of the design has rubbed off, but this was a collaboration with Kathleen Lights a long time ago, but this is just a beautiful, beautiful shade. I do have a good dip going in this, but definitely nowhere near hitting pan, so excited to have 10 uses on that blush. And that actually pops out of the compact, so if I wanted to put it in my little blush palette that I use for this project, I definitely could do that. Then this is my Summer Fridays Balm. I do have it folded over, so we do not have a lot of product left in there either. So we are down to there, which I think if I put a mark, I don't know if it'll stay just because this is a balmy product, but I'll put a mark on the back there so we can see where we're starting. Then we had Toy 2, and so this is that one with a little bear head on it. I can't see through the packaging on my own, so if I put my flashlight underneath it, we are about right there. I'll show you guys after I get done marking it. But where my little black line is, will it focus? There we go. That's where we're at with this fragrance. So when I say that I'm close to finishing this, I am super close. And I'll have my graphics and my weights and everything popping up as well. This is I'll do my nail polish last because I just picked this one up, but this is the Sephora Gloss in Busy. I did mark it at the beginning of the month right there. We're a little bit below it, so I'm not going to worry about marking this because the main thing is I'm going to be marking this probably for my year-long project pan, but we are just right below that marking right there on this one, but 10 uses on my gloss. And then I was wrong. I am not wearing blushed ice on my fingernails. This is the lighter of the two. The other one, this one here is Hollow Cappuccino. And so this is blushed ice. Beautiful shade. And I have quite a bit of it. I guess if I had to mark it, I would mark it at the top of where like the line is, where you can see that it's kind of separating the pigment from the glitter, and so we're still way up there. But this is a very easy polish for me to use, so I will need to wear that for 5 different either manicures or pedicures before I can roll this one out, but that is super easy for me to be able to do. So those are my 6 items that I am rolling in to my Project 10 uses. I'm very excited about these new things, excited about having some blushes roll out next time as well. But let me go ahead and get some of this stuff shifted around so I can have my palettes without fear of them falling on the ground, and we will get into my No Pan Left Behind, which is an equally exciting update. So my No Pan Left Behind, my goal is to touch every single eyeshadow in my collection this year. That includes new palettes rolling in, which you guys can probably see back there, my Ensley Rain palette that I did pick up in April. So did I pick it up in April? No, because it was in my last buys and buys. So I picked it up in March. So I am also working my way through that palette. And after I go over what palettes I've been able to get used up in this project, I do want to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of some palettes that I've been working on in the background and things that I've been able to hit goal on not in this project. So I'll be able to see kind of even a percentage of my palettes that I've been able to get through. But let's go ahead and look at the things that I have been able to use up and get my goal met on. I only have one palette that I was not able to reach my goal on, and so that is the one palette that is rolling over. The rest of the palettes I am able to roll out. For the life of me, I do not know how many palettes I originally was rolling in for this project, and so I think I'm going to roll until I feel comfortable with stopping, depending on what palettes. If it's a palette with a lot of shades, I'll kind of be like, okay, we're not drawing in a lot. But I'll shoot for having 5 palettes in, but if it rolls in smaller palettes, then I might roll in some extras just because that is what I like to do. But let's go ahead, and the palettes that were in from 2 updates ago, I was able to meet my goal on the Viseart Paris edit, and so let me roll this back so that the mirror doesn't reflect. But this is the color story in this one. Love this one. Love the color story. It's so soft and like feminine and just beautiful. And so I really enjoyed reaching into this one. And of course, my graphics should be popping up. Bless me for doing all this, because editing Aaron sometimes doesn't enjoy all of the like inputs that I'm doing, but I know that if I was a viewer, I would want to see those things popping up because I geek out over them. So I hope that you guys appreciate all the time that I put into the rest of the graphics as well. But another one that I am able to roll out from 2 updates ago is the ColourPop and Star Wars C3PO palette. Again, beautiful warm tones. Loved using these. I feel like it was so long ago that I was using these, I don't even remember using these. But hey, I have it on my list. I have it checked off on my spreadsheets and on my graphics. So that means that I used every shade. But I got some beautiful gold tones out of this one. And then the last one that was hanging on from 2 updates ago was my my Too Faced, bless me, my Too Faced Chocolate Gold, and I love this one, and I think I told you guys last time that I had hit the bonus pan in this shade right here, which that shade is Cocoa Truffle, and so that is my pan. No other pans in this palette, but I was able to use every single shade. It'd be interesting for me to go ahead and use this cream shade because it's such a huge pan. Like that would be really good for me to set my eyelid primer with, but I do have some other ones that I'm working through before I would roll into this one. But it smells like chocolate, and so that would be a beautiful experience to have every morning while I was setting my eyeshadow primer. But I was able to use those. Then the palettes that we rolled in last month, and I was able to go ahead and get those done as I'm dropping all my palettes over here. But we have I think this one was from 2 updates ago, but this is the Natasha Denona Mini Gold palette. I will not harp on how much I am waiting for the mid-size gold to come out. You guys will have to like tag me or like message me on Instagram or something when you guys, if you see this drop before me, tag me and let me know because I will be running to the checkout. But I was able to use this one up. It is beautiful. I still love this, love the shades, love the looks that I get out of them. It still performs beautifully, even though this is one of my older palettes. And even though I had in my deck of panning my mini retro, like the hinge where the plastic is, it finally cracked on that palette, but this one is still going strong. So hopefully the packaging does not fail me. But another one that I was able to hit every shade in the palette is my Lethal Nightflower palette, and this one is absolutely stunning. I was able to use a lot of my Periwinkle Pop eyeliner with these looks. I just love this. Love this to pieces. Lethal has not done anything recently that has grabbed my attention like this one, and so I still really love the Lethal shades that I do have, and I had so much fun with these beautiful purple looks, and also mixing this one with my Pan That palette for the year. Let's see, the next one I was able to hit every shade on would be my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. This is also one of my oldest palettes, and so this might be in the running for a Pan That palette, and I would not be upset about it. Let me take the brush out so it doesn't fall. But this is the Color Story. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous, love these warm tones, loved getting the shades done on this one. Even these dark shades, they still blend out beautifully, and it was such a joy reaching in to these shades over here. And I always think it's so funny that I will do like these beautiful, colorful looks. And, you know, not that you guys have to compliment me. I am not seeking that at all. But anytime that I do a look, even like this, so this is the Natasha Denona My Mini Dream 5 pan. That's on my eyes right now. But when I do like simple, more neutral looks, you guys compliment like, oh my God, what's on your eyes? My last video where you guys were like freaking out, like, what's on your eyes? What's on your eyes? It was this. It was a simple eye look with this palette. So I just think it's so funny that as much as we love color and as much as we love eyeshadow, sometimes the simplest looks are the ones that are the most complimentary and flattering for us. So one more palette to roll out, one more palette to give progress on, and then we will get rolling. But the next palette I was able to use completely is the Natasha Denona Retro Midsize palette. And so this is our burgundy palette here, and I was able to use every shade. Not every shade is my favorite, but I will say I found out last year that I had kind of like an allergic reaction or a skin reaction to some of the burgundies from ColourPop, and that does not happen with the burgundies from Natasha Denona. So I loved using these burgundies. It didn't mess with my eyes. My eyes did not feel sensitive or anything after using this. So I love this palette. Very much a joy to use, but of course I still wish that that palette would have looked a little bit more like the actual like mini retro, because the mini retro came out first. Let me get a sip of coffee and rest my voice for 2 seconds, and then we'll go into my progress palette and then our roll-ins. So the other palette that I have progress on but is going to be staying in is the Natasha Denona Love Midsize palette. This was the first midsize palette that I ever purchased from Natasha Denona when it released around Valentine's Day years ago, and I saw it. I was like, yes, those are my colors. It is a beautiful pink, red, and purple palette. Absolutely love it. Stunning colors, stunning formula. Everything still works perfectly. So I only have 6 more shades to use in this palette, and so I have a lot of shimmers, and so I have these two and this red called Heart, and then I have these two here and this purple. So I'll be able to do a really nice purple look over here and a really nice red pinky look over here. Now, of course, if I need to dip into another shade twice just to blend out, I'm allowing myself to do that, but I basically have 2 more eye looks and this one will be done. But because I have 6 shades to go, this one is going to be staying in, and I'm not going to roll anything in its place. But still love this, still performs wonderful. And now we are going to look at rolling in some new palettes. So let me go ahead, and I tried to remember what I did last time, and what I did is I have my little spreadsheet in my panning journal, and I just put a little dot next to the ones that are picked. So let me do my screen recording on my iPad so we can do our roll-ins. I have my No Pan Left Behind wheel pulled up with no repeats. With all of the palettes that are still available, like, it kind of makes me scared that I won't be able to get through all of my palettes, but I've been doing a really good job at getting through them. So what did I say? Up to 5. So let's draw in 4 and see how we're doing. And if I want to pick 1 more or 2 more, we'll see. But 4 definitely. So our first palette is going to be a single, so we will definitely end up picking something different, but let me grab that single real quick just so I don't forget which one it is. So it picked the Essence Melted Chrome in Golden Crown. That is, oh, and a video notification for James Welsh comes up on my recording. Cool. But this is the Golden Crown shade, and it's just stuff. Apparently everybody's uploading videos right now. You guys are interrupting my screen recording, guys. But this is a beautiful gold color. Anytime that I do have a single pulled in, I have a goal of using it 5 times. So I will incorporate this beautiful gold shade, which these Essence, they have not come out with anything like this like since, and they need to, because it is absolutely stunning. When they say it is like liquid metal, is because it is like liquid metal. Look at that, beautiful. So that is our first one, but we're doing 5 uses on that, so we might roll in more than 4. Let's see what our next one is. The Viseart Theory palette in Nuance. That is only a 6 pan palette, so again, we might be rolling in more and more. I'll grab that one in a second. Let's do roll in number 3. The Cosmic Brushes Muse palette. So that is a bigger palette. Let's see here. So we'll put a dot next to that one. So let's draw 2 more palettes and see what we get. So our next one is going to be Mini Love. I've already done that one. I did that one in February, so I am actually not going to do that in this project because it's already been done, but just know that that is one that's already been checked off my list. So let's roll again. Bronze. Bronze has not been touched at all, so we can definitely roll that in. Let's do one more roll in just so we have a mix of shadows. And Natasha Denona Sunrise. Sunrise has also not been touched. So 2 15 pan palettes plus the Cosmic Brushes one is pretty big. Let me pull all of these real quick so we can look at these palettes. All right, so I have all of my palette picks here. So as a reminder, we have the Essence Melted Chrome in Golden Crown. This is a 5 use. Then we have my Viseart Theory palette, and this is in Nuance. So all of these are shimmer shades, but they're absolutely gorgeous. This still performs really well. This is another older palette in my collection. You can see which one I have used the most with that big old dent, but nowhere near pan. These are so pigmented and so beautiful. So love making all shimmer looks out of this palette. Then we had the Cosmic Brushes or Cosmic Beauty. I don't know if she's changed the name of the company yet, but this is the Muse palette. It is gorgeous, but it is big. So this is our color story without dropping it. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful for our transitioning from spring into summer, because Florida sometimes misses spring altogether, even though we're having a spring right now, so it's okay. While I'm also doing all of this, I'm trying to do every pan in my Ensley Rain palette. So any new palette that is coming into my collection, I am also doing a no pan left behind on those. But next it ended up drawing the Natasha Denona Bronze palette, and you guys can see my messy little table here. Oh, this one's starting to get the creepy lid too. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to fix this one, but a beautiful bronzy, obviously, color story, and so this will be perfect for when it starts getting nice and warm. And then the last one was the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, and both the Bronze and the Sunrise, the Muse, and the Nuance, none of those have been touched yet, so none of those shades have been used yet, but this, oh, I love this color story too. These pops of purple in here, this is the perfect sunset eye, even though it's called the sunrise, but it's the perfect sunset eye. I also did a yellow eye before, and it was not my normal, but it was beautiful. So I'll have to do some fun looks and take some pictures, which I took a couple pictures of the looks that I've been doing, so hopefully while I'm going over maybe some of the palettes that I've already used, I'll pop up some pictures. I haven't been really good about taking pictures, but a lot of the colors and a lot of the like looks have been all like pink because of my Pan That palette and also the retro palette and the love palette, so a lot of pink looks over the past couple weeks, but definitely I was able to get some good use on those. But let me just like pop up what I've been able to do already. So I was able to use every shade on the Natasha Denona Retro, the Natasha Denona My Dream, the Natasha Denona Mini Gold, Mini Retro, Mini My Dream, which I have on today, then the Mini Love. I was able to use every shade in the Pat McGrath Sith Seduction, which is the 5 pan, every shade in the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde, the Lethal Night Flower, let's see here, then the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice, Chocolate Gold, Just Peachy Mattes, and the Italian Spritz palette. Was able to use all of those. So all my Too Faced palettes are done. Weird, but I'm still loving reaching into them. Then I was able to use every shade in Stone Vibes from Urban Decay, also Naked Heat from Urban Decay, Viseart, Rose Edit, and Paris Edit, and now I have the Nuance, and I have the Apricot in my deck of panning, so all of those will be done. Then I have the It's My Pleasure and the C3PO from ColourPop, the Give It To Me Straight, which is the rest of the shades from my Pan That palette last year. So I was able to use every shade there, and then also the ColourPop Sweet as Can Be. So those are what I've been able to use up. Let me look at maybe what a percentage of my total that is. So in this number, I'm not going to include my singles or my singles in the pot, because I've been reaching for some of my Super Shocks, and then like, of course, like these, I reach for them and sometimes I don't check them off the list. So I'm just going to do my actual palettes. So that would be 58. So 58 total. And then I have used every shade in 21 of them. So let's see if I can do the math correctly. So 36%. So we're past the first quarter and I'm at 36%. So I'm kind of on par to meet my goal, even though I do have another palette coming to me in the mail, and so you guys will have to wait till next Buys and Buys to see what other indie brand I ordered from. Andy, if you're watching, do not spoil it, because I know that I direct message you and I let you know what I had ordered, so do not spoil it in the comment section, but I do have another indie palette coming my way. So, but still, 36%, I am well on my way to hit my goal by the end of the year. I am very, very happy about that. But that wraps up my Project 10 uses and my No Pan Left Behind. I am feeling really, really good about the progress that I am making. And actually, let me look up on my Project 10 uses how many items I've been able to hit goal on that otherwise I might not have touched in my collection. Let me count that real quick. So 22 items in my collection that I would have not probably touched otherwise. So I am happy to be getting more and more use on my items. It's also helping me like use them up, get my thoughts about them, wonder if I need to Franken them or not. But I am loving my Project 10 uses. I hope that you guys are loving it as well. You're gonna have to let me know in the comments below. Are you doing a project like this? Are you doing a No Pan Left Behind? How are you doing? What percentage are you at now that we are a quarter through the year already, which where is time going? But definitely let me know how you guys are doing. I'll remind you to do all the things. Go ahead and hit a thumbs up on this video. Make sure to subscribe for Project Panning, Conscious Consumerism, Puppy Dogs, Eyeshadow, all of that. I'm not going to say all that jazz because then I'll have to insert that clip again, but I was apparently stuck on that phrase last video. But I hope that you guys are enjoying my cute little edits that I'm popping in here and there. That is kind of my personality coming through, so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Drop me that comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing. I love our conversations. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and take all my pictures, all my weights, get my graphics together, because editing Aaron is about to sit there for about 4 hours and do all of this. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you in my next one.